What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. On deck for today's show, LL asks, is it safe to say the P word? And it ain't that P word. As he looks at if the Lions have a realistic shot at making the postseason. Coach Mike looks at how Detroit is one of the healthiest teams heading into week 14. And I'll show how the Lions and Vikings are closer than their records indicate. But before we get into all that, man, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Y'all know who he is. He got that Yak Town shirt on today, man, representing the Pontiac. It's the man, the myth, the legend, your auntie's favorite player, my man, LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my guy?
Shout out to Sean Preston. Go to yaktown.com. But good morning, Proud Nation. Happy Tuesday.
Man, y'all know who we got, man. The Wolverine Lion. He's a coach. He's a chef. Man, he does he does everything, man. And he holds it down right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl. It's who?
It's the Renaissance man, Coach Mike Jones. What's going on, Lion fan?
Let's get this thing started
right now.
Let's go.
It's Detroit Lions Talk, baby.
Welcome back to the show, people, man. And my man, LL, answer the question, man. I got a question for everybody. What you got? What's the question you have for everybody today?
You know what? I want to start out. I take a step back. I apologize to you first, Curt, because when we were speaking the other day, I think you might have tried to tell me about this, but I wasn't trying to hear it because I wasn't necessarily trying to say this word. But after the win on Sunday and actually looking at the schedule, you know, I asked you guys out there, is it safe to say the P word yet? And that P word is not pumpernickel, but it is playoffs. And I asked that because right now, currently, we sit at 5-7, second in the NFC North, right? And if you look at the schedule, I don't know if you guys are around the horn fans out there, but I think it was Woody Page who used to say that. Look at the schedule. The remaining schedule is at home against the Vikings, at the Jets, at the Panthers, home against the Bears, and at the Green Bay Packers. So all of these, the remaining 5 games, at least in my opinion, are extremely winnable games. If we were to win, I don't know all of the tricks and the hoo-has about it, but if we were to win out, at least in my mind, we'll be in prime position for the playoffs, if not solidly in there, right? And that last game, let's say we do, make some moves and win. We get to that last game, Green Bay, they fighting to get into the playoffs too. Who knows? Let's say they do some things and they in the same position. That last game could be for that final play or for a playoff spot. I don't know if it'll be the final one or what, but for a playoff spot. So, caught a little fire, had to step back against the Bills. I feel like we should have won that game. Came back against the Jags, coming out hard, 40-14 on that thing. I said we got some extremely winnable games coming up next. So I'll ask again, Proud Nation and aunties, just for Curt, is it safe to say playoffs yet?
Great question, LL. My answer is the Lions are looking good going down the stretch, man. And with one of the easiest schedules left, 3 out of the 5 games the Lions are playing down the stretch are teams with losing records. Detroit has a losing record too, but they're in a better position than these 3 teams. They have a better record than the Panthers. The Bears have already been eliminated from the playoffs, and you have the Packers. And the Packers have some tough games on their schedule. So, and the Bears are out, and Carolina got some tough games too. You look at their schedule; they got a lot of division games. They play New Orleans. They played Tampa Bay that won again last night. So I think they're closer to the playoff couch than Detroit. Now, Detroit needs to handle their business, and they can't take any of these games for granted. They got to play like they did against Jacksonville and the Giants to win all these games. The Jets are a good team, but they're playing with a backup quarterback. Everybody, Mike White. You see what Mike White got you. He played a great game versus the Vikings, but he couldn't put it together on that final drive. you can force him to make some bad throws. So AG and his group should be able to take advantage of playing that backup quarterback. But it will not be an easy task for the Lions to get it done. Is it possible? Abso-freaking-lutely. What is the probability of it? I can't even tell you that. But looking at from my perspective, the Lions have a chance. And if you ask me why, what's the other factor? Two of the teams that are ahead of them have a lot of division games left too in their division. So you have the Seahawks who have to play San Francisco coming up this weekend. Even with their backup quarterback, with that defense, they're a tough out. And then you look at the Giants who still have to play the Cowboys, and they have to play the Eagles. So they have some tough games. So the NFC East can cancel themselves out. They've already put one back into the hunt out of their wild card spot, and that's the Commanders. And we have a tiebreaker against those two teams. So if we can get ahead in the record in the standings above the Giants or the Commanders, then that helps that cause too. But we got to take care of our own business and win out. And I think that's possible because I think the Lions have the second easiest schedule going down the stretch of the season. What you got, Coach Jones?
Rest in peace, Pops. But don't say nothing about no playoffs right now. That's how I feel. No, you know what, man? Oh man, the feeling around Lions Nation is we can do it. And you know what? I think it's changing, man, because from us seeing how the team has played these last 5 weeks, we expect them to do it now. I think that's the biggest thing that's changed over the course of this year is we went from they could, they might. Now there's a lot of fans who are expecting the Lions to win out. Like they're expecting the Lions to just go through and just and knock these games off their feet. And is it a big expectation? Yeah, but it's an expectation that hey, if we trying to change stuff in Detroit and we really looking at it, we can't expect no slip ups against no teams. Like we should be there and we should beat all teams. And that's the attitude that's changing in Detroit, man. And I do believe that we can do it. It'd be a tall task for us to stay on course, just 5 games period. Just to stay on course for that's tough. That's a tough thing to do. That's a tough thing to do to rally off 6 straight wins. But hey, we in the D, baby. Anything is possible.
Yeah. And if you look at it, the national media is picking up on it. Like Marcus Spears yesterday on ESPN said, the question was, what team with a losing record would you not want to play right now? His answer was the Detroit Lions. He said the Detroit Lions are scary good. They're turning the corner. And he was like looking at that performance they had on Sunday versus Jacksonville and how they played against the Giants and even how they played against the Bills. They are a scary team to play coming down the stretch because they're young. They have a lot of firepower on offense, man, and the defense is starting to turn the corner. So you look at this, it's definitely possible to get this thing done. Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. All of these things help us with the YouTube algorithm and gets this content out to more Detroit Lions fans, just like yourself. But now it's time for the family discussion topic for today. You know what to do. You answer the question in the comment section of the video, and we read 6 of those things on the next show for the comment card section, that segment that's coming up later on in the show. So here we go. Do the Lions have a realistic shot at the postseason? That's it. We asked this a couple of times, and since the game on Sunday, has your mind changed? So do the Lions have a real shot to make the postseason? So that's the family discussion topic for today. Answer it in the comment section of the video, man. Now it's time to switch, man. Like I said, man, this dude got more jobs than anybody I've seen on the planet because he does everything, man. I think he got a car wash on the side. So it's the Wilbur Lion. What you got for your topic today, man?
Man, the thing that I have never seen from as long as I can remember, thinking as far back as I can remember, I have never seen the Lions healthier going into week 14 than they were going into week 1. And that is mind-boggling. Because if you look across the league at all the injuries that have people either out on IR or out for the season, it just blows my mind. And the Lions are the healthiest that we have been, despite Tracy Walker injury. Everybody else is A-okay right now. And I just can't remember a time when we headed into week 14 in the season and we looking on the up. Usually we backslide. Usually we like, okay, let's call up him from the practice squad. Let's sign him off the street. I think he used to play football in 7th grade. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm just happy, man, that we're looking forward to going down the backstretch of the season. And that's just a good place to be in Lions Nation, man. And that might be a change of the I don't know how you say karma, maybe, that's going on in Detroit, man. The energy that's going on in Detroit. And that's the reason why everybody's getting so excited. Everybody's building it is because people are coming back. Like we about to pull the covers off that new Ferrari in a minute. And we about to skirt out like that. We about to, like, you know what I'm saying? And it's going to be something, man. And the F-250 coming back. You know what I'm saying? Romeo, you know what I'm saying? Diesel, you know what I'm saying? Like it's getting real out here, man. I want y'all to, how do y'all feel about this change in energy, man? Just we're getting healthier as the season goes on instead of, hey man, do you play football? Hey, come here, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, so tell me what y'all think, man. How y'all feel about that?
So for me, looking at this thing, man, Detroit is getting back players at the right time. You got Romeo and JMO activated last week. Detroit only had one player out versus Jacksonville due to injury. That was Evan Brown. Everybody else that was inactive was a healthy scratch. And I'm liking how Detroit is getting back difference makers on the field. We still got plenty of players that's on the IR, but here's the deal. We only got 2 starters on IR. And that's Tracy Walker and Big V. Everyone else is backup players. We're getting our starters came back, or the guys that we thought could start, start coming back off of IR at the right time. So you look at this. I like what you said, man. I'm liking that we're getting back these difference makers down the backstretch of the season, and we can make some noise, in this NFC playoff run. What you got, LL?
I like it, man. I don't got too much to add, but actually that's a very good way to look at it. Last year or any other year, we might be, some people may be ready to come back, but we might be saying, well, we out of it anyway, so we just see you next year type stuff. We battling for draft position type stuff. So it's good to see. Yeah, it's a part of the energy shift, it's a part of the culture change, it's a part of all of the superlatives or whatever it is that you got to say about it. So yeah, I like it. Keep getting healthy.
And it's the reverse of what's going on out there in LA. LA is putting people on the injury reserve, and we taking people off. I'm just saying.
Brad Holmes like,
I don't know.
Brad Holmes like, you know what? Y'all can back up off me. You know what I'm saying? Talking about me grabbing all these injured players, man. Cut me some slack and back up off me, player.
Yeah.
I'm still mad that we sent picks to Minnesota for Hockenson, but it's okay.
It's gonna be all right. So all right. All right. Hey, man, like the video, share the video, comment on the video, man. It's Christmas time, man. Go ahead and get yourself or your loved one some gear at fanatics.com. Lions gear, Pistons gear, Tigers gear, Red Wings gear, whatever gear for your favorite team. And of course, Michigan gear, because, we support the Wolverines right here on this channel. So go to fanatics.com, even if you're a Sparty, do us a solid. Go on over to the link in the description below. A portion of the proceeds help us grow the content on this channel for your purchases at fanatics.com. Check us out on Lions Nation Unite. They help us bring you this content. You can download the LNU app. Just type in Lions Nation Unite in the Google, Android, or Apple App Store. You can type in lionsnationunite.com on your web browser if you don't do the mobile thing. Or you can just hang out with us right there on the app. And while you're over there, click on the link for lnushop.com. Get yourself some game day gear, because it's always game day in the LNU shop. Get the real, and not the fake. Man, why wear an LNU shirt that ain't even real? Because they don't even sell that shirt. So, if you're going to wear bootleg stuff, let's wear some bootleg stuff that look real. I mean, I'm just saying. So go to LNUshop.com, get yourself some gear, man. Go to DetroitLionsOnTheProwl.com to hang out with us on a different platform. And while you're over there, click on the link for LionsOnThePropShop.com and get yourself some Prowl Nation gear. Now, it's the college football playoffs. It's coming up at the end of the month, man. If you got a person that's a Wolverine in your house because they're a Wolverine on Saturday and a Lion on Sunday, man, get them some gifts over at wolverine.com. Coach Mike will hook you up over there at wolverine.com, man, with all your gear for people who are Wolverines on Saturday and Lions on Sunday like we are right here on this platform, man, because that's how we get down right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors. Do your part in the fight against cancer. Go and purchase some Roll Up gear by my man, Big Lion Man, because the proceeds from the gear and the link in the description help the American Cancer Society of Michigan. So I lost my mom to cancer, died in Flint, man, and those funds helped her, get her research. She had some treatment that was a little bit different, but they helped our family so much during that trying time. So go ahead and support that fight against cancer. Okay. We done paid the bills, man. Bills. You know what I'm saying? Got to get it done. But now it's time for me to talk about what I need to talk about today, man. And my thing is the Lions and Vikings are closer than their records indicate. The Lions actually are 1-point favorites going into this game. Say what? Oh no, man. Okay. Here's a couple things that are that's similar to with the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings, right? If you look at, and we usually go through this, and I'll go through this a little bit, right? Total yards per game. For the Lions, we put up 379, they put up 354. On the defensive side of the ball is where it's really close. We allow 414.2 yards. They allow 414.7. They give up more passing yards than we do. We give up 264. That changed over since the thing with Aubrey Pleasant. He left the building. Hate to say it, the big homie, because that's my dude, but we give up 264. They give up 299. Wow. Who thought that would happen? Points per game. They allow 23. We allow 27, but a lot of that 27 has to do with what happened at the beginning of the season, right? They've won 4 out of the last 5 games. Guess how many Lions have won? 4 out of the last 5 games. If you look at this thing, it's closer. It is closer to what we think. The Lions have lost 4 games by 1 score. Here's the difference between our records, because they're 10-2, we're 5-7. They've won 5 games by 1 score. That's within 7 points, right? The Lions have lost 4 games within 1 score. That's kind of the difference in our records right now. Okay, you get even more. You need some more. You need some more. You need some more. I'll give you some more. I'll give you some more. Total yards per game allowed, right? The Lions ranked 32nd. Of course, we know about the beginning of the season at 402. Guess who's 31? The Minnesota Vikings at 398 per game. Passing yards per game. The Lions are in the, 27th in the league, and passing yards given up per game at 252. Guess who's dead last in the league? Minnesota at 283. I'm just saying. Okay. I'm just saying. Let's look at the offensive side of the ball. Detroit look at total yards per game. We're like top 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're the 7th ranked team in yards per game. Minnesota, middle of the pack. They're right around 16, 17. And you look at passing yards per game. Of course, the Lions are in the top of the league. They're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 11 is the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, you look at these teams, right? Points per game. Lions are in the top 10. Minnesota is not. They're around 14, something like that. 12, 14. So I'm just saying, this matchup on Sunday, buckle up, Buttercup, and watch your kneecaps, because it's going to be on. And we always play Minnesota tough in Detroit when they come to the Ford Field. So that was our first win of the year last year, and I think it's going to be the next win for the Lions this year. It's going to be 6-7 because they're going to come in here run into a buzzsaw that is the Detroit Lions offense, man. This is a closer matchup than what people think it is. What do you guys think about how the Lions compare to the Vikings right now?
Man, I think, like you said, it's real close. When you get down to it, especially on offense, it's real close. It's scary close, actually. It's scary close that we're that close to a 10-2 team. Man, that just lets you know how many games we let slide, man, at the beginning of the season. Oh, that made me sick. But you know what, man? The Vikings gonna get punched in the mouth. That's all I'm gonna tell you right now. Them boys finna get punched in their teeth because Detroit ready. I think we ready. I think because we got them young guys, we ready, man. The defense, I think it'll be a battle of who want to give who the most yards. That's what it's gonna be about. So, Ben Johnson, it's on you, man.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this game, they got a lot of people that's kind of trying to come back from injury right now because they've been hurting. Like their offensive line is injured, and they're giving up some sacks. And it's tough sledding for them guys right now. What you got, LL?
Number one, I hate Minnesota for this reason. Because I hate the Cowboys also. And before they played the Cowboys, everybody questioned Minnesota. They ain't played nobody. What are they going to look like when they play an actual good team? We've seen them play the Philly, and we've seen what happened, XYZ. They play the Cowboys, get stomped on, and all of a sudden the Cowboys just great. They beat teams like Minnesota, but last week, 3 days ago, y'all was just asking, was this team any good? But that's besides the point. Fuck Minnesota. I'm shocked. I didn't look at it like that. But that's dope that we are as close to a 10-2 team. It kind of shows what we could have been, I guess, if you want to look at it from that aspect. And don't forget, we had the sixth easiest schedule or something like that, and all of our division was like right within, was right around us, fourth or fifth or sixth or seventh or whatever it was. So they got an easy schedule too. I don't know what that schedule turns into now that we actually in the season. It might have flipped around a little bit, but some of those teams, they just been, beating the teams that they should beat and stuff like that, but they getting stepped on by the better teams in the league. And yeah, like Coach Mike said, I expect us to go out there and be punching guys in the face this week. This should be a hard-fought game that we can win.
Yeah, you look at this, they're kind of like the opposite of us. They're putting people on IR and we're taking people off. They have a lot of injuries in their secondary. So you look at, the guys that they have back there, you have one or two. We got a aging Patrick Peterson now. You can't take that guy for light, but you got Harrison Smith. The rest of those guys are young players. Like the young player, Lewis Seen, he's out. He's on IR and Dantzler. And they have a bunch of guys on their secondary. That's why they're giving up so many passing yards. And Ben Johnson, man, do what you do. Call the game that you called on Sunday, and we should light they ass up. The scoreboard should be on fire.
Defense got to come too.
Defense got to come.
Y'all boy over there.
Oh, Justin Jefferson. Oh, are you talking about CJ Hawkinson?
Justin Jefferson.
Oh, Justin Jefferson. Yeah. We got to play Justin Jefferson like we played him in the first game. We just got to play him. And here's my deal. When the guy that replaced Tracy Walker in that game is no longer even on the team, Juju Hughes, he got released. But you got the young fella, Kirby Joseph, playing, playing great. And you got Deshaun Elliott playing pretty good right now. Giving that safety help over the top, you're going to force the other guys to beat you underneath. And with Jerry Jacobs, you got a lot of guys that we didn't have in that first game versus the Minnesota Vikings that's playing in the secondary right now. A lot of those guys weren't even on the field yet. So,
right.
Yeah. And we can we know you can get pressure on what's the quarterback? Kirk Cousins. You can get pressure on him. You can get pressure on him because he's not like he ain't been sacked because he's been sacked plenty this year. He has been sacked plenty this year. Let's look at this.
Off that boy.
Yeah, I mean, because you look at what the Jets did to him. The Jets was putting him on his back. You know what I'm saying? They got to a lead, a good lead, but It was one of those things where they had to kind of like hold the water because they weren't scoring in the second half. They got a couple sacks on him for 14 yards, man. You can get to, he only had a passer rating of 82.2 in the game on Sunday. He had 173 passing yards. The Lions can hold him in that. We can hold him in that. So, hey, that's what it is, man. But, hey, thank you guys for checking us out right here on Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Now it's time for us to do what, man? Zip our lip and see what you had to say about yesterday's show. It's time for the comment cards, baby. First up, we got my man Chaman in the building. I believe that they are legit in the sense that they have found their foundation. To be a fully legit contender, they have to need a good draft, good free agents to retain their positive coaching staff. If all this is done, I see a Super Bowl victory in 3 to 4 years. Okay, Shaman.
Okay.
I like it. Michael Fitzpatrick said, total team win. Love the passion they have. Got me feeding off their energy. Looking forward to the next feast this Sunday and looking for payback and defend the den. Yes. Big win on Sunday. And we're going to cut TJ Hockenson hair off the back of his helmet.
Okay. Scott Smith says, of course, the Lion will be the Jaguar. The Lion is bigger, stronger, and fiercer than a Jaguar. But it's the Tigers that you really need to watch out for. P.S. We need to let the Core brothers go at the end of the year. Dang. Because they make a couple of plays and then they drawing checks on the sideline for the rest of the year. You know what? That kind of, yeah, I kind of feel you on that a little bit, man. I understand what you're saying, man. But everybody get hurt, man. Everybody get hurt. It's the NFL.
Yeah, for real. All right, you got Randy Fretz saying definitely legit. However, I still haven't seen Goff throw a decent ball downfield. I just saw one on Sunday. he said Shark stole the ball that he caught deep. And Goff never gave Williams a chance by leading him. They might get in sync, but I haven't seen it. You can hit the short and mid-range passes well enough to shred an opponent, but if you're not able to extend defenses, it's going to create an awful lot of space. I hope they figure it all out. I don't know about the stolen ball. I think it was a good pass. I mean, he caught the damn ball. I mean, what else can you ask him to do? But, okay, I feel what you're saying. I mean, I don't agree with you. I feel it. I agree.
I agree that we need to see that boy throw the ball down the field more. Welcome to the comment cards. If I'm not mistaken, camping in the forest.
Nah, he's been there before.
My apologies. Welcome back to the comment cards. Camping in the forest. They say, yes, sir, they are legitimate. Not only legit, but watch them surprise the Vikings on Sunday. My question is, why is that a surprise? They ain't nothing
no
over
surprise
there
to me
because they got a nice record. Fuck them people. Forget the Vikings, man. Vikings ain't nobody.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for the comment.
Right on.
LL going FTV.
Yes.
Okay. King SJ says, not hold my breath on the playoffs, but it's not over until it's over. Right on. Even if we don't get it this year, we have gone from a season last year where we were lucky to win 3 games to a season where we are still in the hunt playing meaningful ball in December. That is a great step in the right direction. Our future is bright, and it is, man. And that's all we want, Lions Nation. Just be relevant in December. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a start, man. Thank you for the comment, man.
For real. Hey, that's your comment cards, man. Now it's time for everyone else's favorite segment. It's time for dessert with your man Curt, brought to you by Delightful Bites. Custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you will love how they taste. Go over to the Facebook link in the description and check out all the great desserts over there. If you don't do the Facebook thing, type in Delightful Bites in the search engine of TikTok or Instagram and see all that beautiful dessert footage. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. All right, so the Lions signed a quarterback to the practice squad yesterday. Just a quick move. You know, we let Tim Boyle go over to Chicago. Thank you, Val. So we got Josh Dobbs in the building yesterday, signed him to the practice squad. We needed that practice squad guy to run that scout team. So welcome to the D, Josh Dobbs, man. Josh Dobbs is a smart guy. You know, I don't think he ain't coming here to just get a starting job, but if you don't know Josh Dobbs, I think he studied like aeronautical engineering. Like he was studying to be like an astrophysicist or something like that, or like rocket scientist or something like that. So the guy's a smart dude. So
that's why his head that big.
Yeah, for real. I don't. It must be, but
We don't want
welcome
no
to the.
rocket scientists over here, man.
Yeah, welcome to the D, Josh Dobbs, man. He's coming in to be a practice squad player, man, and he's here to do a job. So we needed somebody on the practice squad. So welcome to Detroit, Josh Dobbs, man. Before we go to the Wall of Fame, man, make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms. You know what I'm saying? You got TikTok, you got Facebook, Instagram, man, and of course, the gram, man. So you know how it goes down over there on IG, and he looking around like he don't know no better. But you know, it's Tuesday. We got 2 days, man. But it's already been a thirsty week over there
Tuesday's a good day.
on LL's Instagram page. So you know what I'm saying? It's Take a Sip Tuesday on his Instagram page. So go over there and check it out right what he got going on, man. But it's time for the Wall of Fame, baby. First up, we got my man Dan Spanos in the building. Nomas J. We got Beans in the house. Beanie Single, Joe Mo, and Rich Bean in our bronze members. In our silver members, we got my man Kev Ice Cold. We got Henry Wallace, Kirkland Pratt, and Big Dale in the building for our silver members. For our gold members, man, we got Mr. Reliable Michael Huck, Larry McQuiston, just in the D. We got North End Ken, Michael Lewis, Dominic Davis, and the Lady Lionel of Douchebagia, and the Doctor, Dr. Detroit. He is always in. To become a member of the Wall of Fame, click that join now button in the description. Now it is time for final thoughts for today's show. Come on, Yak Town's finest. Talk to me about your final thoughts for today's show.
Thanks for that. But I wish that Joshua Dobbs joke would have went a little bit better too. But have a great day, man. Happy Tuesday. You know, if y'all ye of old Twitter faith, you know what Tuesdays is. So, you know, enjoy your Tuesday out there. Have a great day.
Hey, we getting strapped up in the D. Let you know that right now. We getting all the guns off the shelf. We getting the AKs, the pistols, the FN.
Getting ready for the shootout on Sunday.
and we strapping up, man. And when Minnesota come in, they better be ready. They better have them vests on. They better have all the Kevlar and the helmets and all of that, because we going to war.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, for me, it's Tuesday, man. The grind starts a little bit harder today, man, but it's always a good time for Detroit Lions football when it's meaningful games that play in December. So definitely liking the vibe of the team right now. Buckle up, Buttercup, and watch your kneecaps, man, because it's going to be a rough run for them purple people eaters when they come to Detroit, man, because you'll walk over, but you'll limp back no matter what happens. What happens with the scope on Sunday, man. But I'm thinking that there's something about this game, man. I'm thinking that they coming in a little sketchy, and they're coming in like, we're coming in like, yeah, we about to get this thing. So we about to get fired up, man, and it's gonna be a great game. But we'll keep more of this Lions Vikings pregame going the whole week, man, and I think the Lions could definitely go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, it ain't even a shock. I think they just can go out and flat out beat Minnesota. That's just me. I think they can go out and flat out beat Minnesota. It ain't gonna be a surprise. So, but with all that being said, man, thank you guys for tuning in right now for Detroit Lions on the Prowl, your home for Detroit Lions news and rumors, man. Make sure you tune in tomorrow as we continue our coverage of the Detroit Lions heading down the backstretch of the season. And tomorrow, you know, it's Gold Members Meeting Day, Wednesday at 3 p.m. So make sure you check tomorrow, the community tab for that link. But it's time for us to check on out of here, man. So whatever you have for lunch, man, wipe them crumbs off your face. You know, it's 2-piece Tuesday, or, you know what I'm saying, Taco Tuesday, whatever you had, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you do in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. With my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim.